Me and Tom Segura send each other the most horrific shit that we can find.
I get boomer memes from you.
Yeah, those are fun.
They are fun.
Boomer memes are fun.
I'm sitting here like Joe Rogan's just texting me a boomer meme.
The average person that's going about their job and occasionally watching the news and occasionally paying attention to the news feed on their phone, they have no idea what's going on. Yeah, there is a fake image. They got me, these sons of bitches. It's just amazing how much stuff is fake. These suckers. It's just like that stuff. Like, who's doing that stuff and why are they doing that stuff?
Welcome back to Joe Rogan Discovers the Internet, episode 2182. This time around, he had self-proclaimed anarchist Michael Malice on the show. This was his 9th appearance on JRE, and if you don't know who he is, basically he's a massive troll who likes to stir the pot, make outlandish claims, and piss people off. He's also an author and ghostwriter, but he's most well known for being an engagement farmer over on Twitter. As for this episode, though, it was actually pretty funny. Jamie kept fact-checking Rogan's bullshit claims to the point that Joe started to question what was right or wrong and basically accepted that half the shit he reads on the internet is fake. So I'll take you through the funniest bits, and speaking of funny bits, Joe's latest comedy special comes out this weekend live on Netflix, and he gave it a bit of a plug at the start of the show.
I have to announce, because Netflix is making me announce this, that I have a Netflix special that's live Saturday night. From San Antonio.
Oh.
So it's going to be live all over the world.
I've seen your set. It's really funny.
It's tight now. It's good. It's like, I'm very happy with it.
How long has it been since you dropped the special?
6 years.
Wait, dude, seriously?
Sort of just really enjoyed fucking around and just doing comedy for doing comedy, you know, and then doing it at the club. And when the club opened, it was so much fun. It's just such a fucking joy to be there all the time. It's like I get anxious to get back there. Like, I can't wait.
So Joe's been on autopilot for a while now, and for one of the top-selling, most famous comedians in the world, it's about time he graced us with a new special. Those of you who know me well and follow the channel will know how much I've been hanging out for this, so make sure you head over to my Patreon via the link in the description and sign up, because next week I'll be posting my full review with clips of Rogan's latest comedy special, and if it's anything like Gringo Papi, we're in for an absolute treat. Best brains be, thank him. But let's get back to Boomer Joe and his internet shenanigans. As you can imagine, now that he's gone through his latest string of comedians we've never heard of, he's starting to get better guests on again, and naturally, they're starting to discuss the events of the past few weeks, instead of the intricacies of the stand-up comedy art form. The Trump shooting and Biden's big announcement came up several times throughout the podcast, as well as Kamala Harris and her campaign for president. And one thing that caught Joe's third eye was how much of a boss Trump was in handling the aftermath of his attempted assassination.
When Trump came out to 50 Cent, that many men, wish death upon me, and N-word and everything, like didn't censor it out. Everybody's like, oh shit, he won. It happened so quickly, the shift from, oh my God, they shot him, to f him again.
Yeah.
It's like, people are questioning whether or not he actually got shot because his ear healed. What is this? Trump did not walk out to 50 cents, but rather to a country singer. So is that fake? Those videos are fake? Where he walks out?
Those videos go around the internet.
Oh,
wait,
so
wait,
people
no.
imposed it?
Or no, I thought the guy was saying it in disbelief.
That's him going out
Wait,
to that
scroll
song.
down, because it says under it there was an explanation in text. What does it say there? Oh, it was not. It was just fake.
Oh, they faked it.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
well,
damn it.
now we know what he should do next time.
So he definitely should have came out to that.
That's hilarious.
50 Cent had his face at his concert. So he had he has that image of him in the back, and he put Donald Trump's head over his body.
But do you know what?
Maybe that's fake too.
Yeah, the internet's a tough place for Boomer Joe. That tweet from 50 Cent was real though, but thank God for Jamie, he definitely earned his money on this episode. Lucky there's someone in the room who knows how to touch type and use Google, because it sounds like Joe's been spending way too much time on Facebook and Twitter reading all of the dribble that falls into his feed.
There's so many weird things about that story. But the story of the assassination itself, everyone should be really uncomfortable with the fact that happened, and not like saying he didn't even get shot.
Yeah,
you're missing the whole point.
I tweeted this out. I go, I wish the White House were freaking out about this as much as they are about climate change.
He had 3 overseas bank accounts, encrypted.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah,
that I didn't know.
Yeah, find that out. He had 3 encrypted accounts.
This should be what CNN and Fox lead with every night.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this should be the scandal.
Right. This should be like,
Remember OJ?
What is this?
The bank account thing might not have been real. They might have backtracked on that.
Oh, did they?
It just says it might have been linked to an online gaming site or something. That might have been a fake account.
Oh, so why he has accounts?
I'm trying to understand.
Okay,
right now,
see what you get. So it's hard to know what's true and what's not true, and it's hard to know what's bullshit and what's not bullshit. But what we definitely know is that they knew about this kid.
So after Jamie corrected him a few times, it didn't take long for Joe to start second-guessing everything he's been reading, and even Michael Malice started pulling him up and challenging the stuff that he's been reading online. They were discussing whether or not Kamala Harris and Trump would end up having a debate in the lead-up to the election, how it would go down, the winners and losers, etc. And so they went back onto the Trump shooting and questioned whether or not the shooter was colluding with the deep state to take out Trump before the election. And I don't know if Malice was just low-key trolling Joe or if he was just genuinely playing devil's advocate. It's hard to tell with him sometimes, but he kept pushing back on Joe's theories, and between Jamie's fact-checking and Malice's common sense, Rogan was starting to get a little bit frustrated.
That's going to be interesting if they do debate.
They're going to do debate. Several.
If he lives.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to try to take him out again?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
If they did that, this is not the only time they're going to do that. And then also that one was so Lee Harvey Oswald. It was so perfect lone gunman.
At a certain
Take
point,
him out.
if you're that sloppy, you're in on it. That's the thing. I don't think that literally they worked with this Crooks kid at all.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
What about the data that shows that someone from near the FBI office in D.C. was visiting this kid back
Being
and forth?
on their radar screen is not the same as like colluding with him. He was
Why
working,
would they check him out?
maybe who knows why? There's lots of reasons to check somebody out. Point
Are you
being,
working for the government right now?
yes, obviously.
Do you already get paid?
I'm Mossad. Yeah, I get paid my
I
shekels.
didn't know you got massage.
Yes, you did.
I didn't know.
I gave you the briefcase.
I didn't know. I didn't open it. I was scared.
Point being,
So after they finished with Trump, they moved on to the Joe Biden conspiracies that he's actually dead or he has a body double. Joe saw a post on the internet that compared the height of Biden compared to his wife Jill on 2 separate occasions from 2 completely different angles and distances, which supposedly showed irrefutable proof that Joe Biden had grown 6 inches after getting COVID recently. And we shouldn't be too hard on Joe. We all know how he'd love to grow 6 inches overnight as well. Okay, that was a low blow. But then Malice brought up the State of the Union address and how Joe performed pretty well compared to some of his other appearances, like the recent debate. And this led Rogan into yet another hoax he fell for on his internet travels. The best part is, though, just how confident he was that it's true.
because again, look at the State of the Union. Like sometimes he's bad, but not that bad.
But I think, right. But the State of the Union was not live. And
Yes, it was.
No. Did you see that they found out that it wasn't? That they looked at his watch, and his watch
Wait,
was...
no.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, someone zoomed in on his watch, and his watch was the wrong time.
How could that even be? But
Time is
all the
fucking
networks on it?
watches. I don't know what they knew. How do you know what they knew? You just you get a feed. You know?
I don't think all the Republicans would agree to it too.
Who
'Cause they're
knows
all
what
there.
they knew? They're all there live while
Yeah.
he's doing it?
Yeah.
I don't see anything. State of the Union wasn't live. I added watch.
It
I'm
could
not
be some troll shit.
seeing anything about
They
that.
got me.
Yeah.
They could have got me. Well, there was no Biden's watch. Look at Biden's watch, incorrect time, State of the Union. No, President Biden's Oval Office address wasn't pre-recorded. A fake
No, that's the
image with
Oval
the
Office,
wrong
not the
time
State of the
floating
Union.
around. Yeah, there is a fake image. They got me, these sons of bitches. It's just amazing how much stuff is fake. These suckers. It's just like that stuff. Like who's doing that stuff and why are they doing that stuff? Why are they having people talk about that and share inaccurate information? I think it's to put everything into chaos so that you have no idea what's true or what's not true. And then ultimately you don't know what to trust or what not to trust.
And then you could honestly say there's a lot of misinformation, so we got to
Right.
crack down on it.
Right. And they could probably be putting up some of that misinformation themselves.
I seriously love this shit. It's so funny watching boomers cope with the internet. Why does it lie? And it's funny with a lot of these conspiracies how willing people are to believe that large groups of people from opposing sides of the political aisle are willing to keep a secret and go along with the plan. Like Malice said, there's no way the Republicans would let Biden get away with lying about doing a live event. But they also moved away from the political talk and moved into other hot topics such as body dysmorphia and beautiful, handsome men.
You know that guy from the 1970s that was like a beautiful, handsome man, and then he kept injecting stuff into his face?
No.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'll send it, because I sent it to Tom Segura. Me and Tom Segura send each other the most horrific shit that we can find.
I get boomer memes from you.
Yeah, those are fun.
They are fun.
Boomer memes are fun.
I'm sitting here like
love
Joe
them.
Rogan's just texting me a boomer meme.
I send
it's
you,
so fun.
if I can get a smile on Michael
It
Malice's
works.
face.
I'm serious. One of the best texts I ever got, I got a text from Roseanne. It just said WTF with 2 question marks. And I thought, okay, she's a boomer. She sees something on her screen. She thinks I could see it too. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you don't call me. Like, what's going on with you? I'm worried. It was so sweet.
All right, here it is, Jamie.
Let's
I'm
see.
going to send it to you.
Okay, I'll come back to those twins that Rogan's talking about because their story is crazy. But did you guys notice on this episode that Michael Malice was super excited to get text messages from Roseanne? He brought it up a couple of times and started to use it as a flex.
You think the simulation's real?
Yes. I know it's real because it keeps winking. You've had it wink to you all the time, I'm sure.
Thanks a lot.
I was with you at the green room, and I go, Joe, like all these things are happening. Like, does it ever get normal? He goes, no. You go, no. You're just gonna have to go with it like this. Like, I talked to Jordan Peterson about this. He goes, at a certain point, you wake up and you're like, oh, the president's yelling at me today, and he's like, you just have to accept this is what your reality is. So
what
yeah,
we're
Roseanne's
dealing with.
texting me now. Okay, I guess this is my life.
This is what we're dealing with.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course we're in a simulation.
Yeah, I'll show you another clip in a moment where he goes full Tom Segura, but I want to get back to these twins real quick. So Rogan was talking about the Bogdanov twins there, who were TV presenters and pseudoscientists from France that ended up going a little bit nuts with the plastic surgery. It got so bad that these guys made Michael Jackson look completely natural.
I want you to see the whole thing.
Okay.
Because it starts out in 1969. He's a gorgeous man, like beautiful, handsome man. 1980s, beautiful, handsome man. Now it starts getting a little weird in 88, but I think that's just age. That's 91. That's just age.
Yeah.
Just age. Now things start getting weird. Oh, no. This is the beginning, my
Oh, I
friend.
know this guy.
2004.
Yeah.
Now it gets crazy. Look at the chin. Something's going nutty. Now the cheeks. Look, he's trying to avoid the wrinkles, so he's turning his face into a balloon. And I guess it's just body dysmorphia. Now it's just nuts.
And
now
that-
it looks like you got attacked by a
And a
swarm of
wig.
bees.
That's got to be a wig or something.
Something. Look at that. I mean, Jesus Christ. And it gets worse. So the head keeps getting bigger. Look at 2019. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Now, look at it. Now, if that guy just let himself age, he would just be an old, good-looking guy.
All right, so here's the funny thing about these guys. They were born in France and made up all this shit about their ancestry, claiming to be the descendants of royalty, that their father was an artist, and they had IQ scores over 190. It turns out that their father was actually a farm labourer, but that's neither here nor there. The really juicy stuff is what happened later on as adults. So after they started their careers in television, they got into science and science fiction, and eventually they both earned PhDs in mathematics and physics with the lowest passing grade possible. But then in the early 2000s, it started to come out that their PhD papers were complete bullshit and had no scientific merit at all. Basically, they had thrown together a bunch of theories and scientific jargon and terminology together, and it somehow got through the peer review process and they were granted PhDs, even though their studies were completely bogus. It ended up with a bunch of lawsuits and investigations, but the conclusion at the end of it was their papers offered no scientific value. Now, here's the thing. Don't you think they would have made the perfect JRE guests? Think about it. They lied about their childhood, they overestimated their IQs, and they were pretty much the personification of pseudoscience. Except there's one massive problem. Unfortunately, they both died within 7 days of each other in hospital back in 2021 from COVID at the age of 72. And according to Wikipedia, they were both intentionally unvaccinated. Seriously, you could not make this shit up. But as for Rogan and Malice, after they watched the Bogdanov video, they got onto the topic of body dysmorphia, which led to one of the funniest parts of the whole episode. Michael went full Tom Segura, and Joe described himself without realizing it.
I had body dysmorphia. I got not facially, but body, and it's gone away. Do you know what stopped it? I'm not even kidding. I've talked to you about this a little bit. I was at Gold's, and there was a young dude there, early 20s, I'd say, who had striated delts. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then my brain said to myself, I swear to God, this happened. I go, you were just at the Tesla factory at 2 a.m. with Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and Jordan Peterson. And you go tell that kid that you think you're jealous of his striated delts, and he will look at you like you're a crazy person. Normal people don't look at that as freakish, not as admirable. Like when girls have those huge implants, at a certain point, it's not hot. It's just like there's something wrong with you.
Right, you went crazy.
You went crazy.
Yeah, and that's what happened to that guy's face.
Yes.
He went crazy.
Yes.
But isn't it interesting that there's something wrong with us where we can't see what we really look like? We can't. Perspective is very difficult to acquire
when
you're in the middle of that mental illness.
When you realize, like, holy shit, my brain is lying to itself, it's very scary.
All right, let's just unpack this for a moment. Michael Malice was at the gym and he was jealous of some other guy's ripped delts, but then he reminded himself that he was just hanging out at the Tesla factory with Elon, JP, and Rogan, which made him realize how much better he was than the guy minding his own business in the gym working out. Seriously, the level of cope on display on Rogan's podcast is insane. Everything's a competition about status and social credit. And did you hear at the end there how they were saying that sometimes it's hard to see yourself for what you truly look like? Thank God for Theo Von.
So I got this blue cube ice bath thing.
Yeah, that's what we have here. We have one of those right next door.
Yeah. So I got in there, and that started being like, all right, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Do you set it on purpose for the 50s? Because that one goes down to 37 degrees.
Well, I'm trying to get down there, okay?
So you make sure it's warmer than that. Like you can adjust it.
Yeah. But I'm just incrementally getting down.
So look at this chunk of ice. See that shit?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
You look like one of those turkeys when they tie it up and it gets all like kind of like lined out.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? When they put that rope around that the ham and it's got all the
Oh, my six pack.
Yeah. Damn.
It's called working out, son.
Yeah, it is, bro. I didn't know what that end game could be like, baby. That's freaking wild, dude. Congratulations, man.
Just keep working out and you'll get there too.
That never gets old. It reminds me of that scene in Coming to America where the dad tells Eddie Murphy, who is playing a prince, that in 20 to 30 years of hard work, he too can own a suburban mansion just like him. But anyway, that's it from me, guys. Just a bit of fun today. Remember to go and check out the link in the description below to Patreon if you want to see some of my uncensored content. I've got a new mini documentary coming out this week on Red Band versus Jamie and how the JRE podcast changed after Red Band left. So go and check that out if you're interested. There's also the review of Rogan's new comedy special coming out next week. Otherwise, if you're not a regular of this channel yet, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you ended up enjoying this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
Would you ever want to get a body double, a Joe Rogan body double?
I have 4 of them right now.
Do you?
Yeah. They're doing sets all over the country and open mic nights.